cardboard lovers, it's Cardboard Badger here. I hope you're doing well, and today we have a brand new standard legal deck tech for you with cards from Magic the Gathering's newest set, Innistrad Midnight Hunt. We have Decayed Dimir creating a world of zombies which are going to die, but that's okay. That's what we want them to do. That's part of the plan, because it's going to enable us to gain and drain and also make all of our other non-decayed zombies even stronger and go in for the win. A huge amount of fun, some wonderful cards from this new set. I hope you enjoy this deck tech, and obviously if you do and you want to support the channel, please like, share, subscribe, do all the usual business. It helps out hugely, and all I'd like to say is we better just get straight into it. Starting off with our creatures, we have a total of 21, and we will begin with some of our most important. We have a full play set of Puppet Stitcher. For 3 mana, 2 and a blue, we have a 2/3 human wizard, and whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, create a 2/2 black creature token with Decayed. Now obviously this is not legendary, so we can have multiple ones out at the same time and gain more and more and more zombies, which is really good, because at the beginning of your upkeep, if you control 3 or more creature tokens, you may transform the Puppet Stitcher and it turns into the Puppet Factory. We have an artifact. With creature tokens you control, lose all abilities and have a base power and toughness 3/3, which means obviously the decayed 2/2 zombies that would attack and then perish are not going to do so. They're going to be zombies and they are going to be 3/3s, and with some of the other cards in this deck tech they will be even larger. Also, at the beginning of your upkeep you may transform Puppet Factory. So if we've got multiples out, we could have one as the Puppet Factory and one as the Puppet Stitcher, making all of our instants and sorceries create a 2/2 black zombie creature token, which is actually going to be a 3/3 and not die, because it will not have decay. Amazing card, and that's why we need a playset. We're also going to be playing a playset of Champion of the Parish. For 1 black mana, we have a 1/1 zombie with whenever another zombie enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Champion of the Parish. So as you can see, the more decayed zombies, the more any zombies we manage to get on the battlefield, it's going to make this Champion of the Parish bigger and bigger and bigger. Not till the end of turn, but constantly, and you will end up with a ginormous zombie. And continuing with the zombie theme, we have another playset, this time a playset of Tainted Adversary. For 2 mana, 1 and a black, we have a 2/3 zombie, and it's got Death Touch as well. And also, when Tainted Adversary enters the battlefield, you may pay 2 and black, and any number of times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, you may put that many +1/+1 counters on the adversary and create twice that many 2/2 black zombie creature tokens with Decayed. So for 2 mana, we get a 2/3 Death Toucher. It's also a zombie, which is going to help our Champion of the Parish, but later on, if we happen to do an additional 3 mana and pay this for 5, it's going to be a 3/4, and we're going to get 2 2/2 zombies, again triggering another +2/+2 if we happen to have Champion of the Parish out as well. So an amazing zombie. 1, you can play it early, and 2, you can play it late, and a great mana sink. A playset of. We're also going to be playing 2 copies of Falcon Abomination. For 3 mana, 2 and a blue, we have a 2/2 zombie bird. It has flying, and when the abomination enters the battlefield, you also get a chance to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. So we get an additional 2 zombie triggers on our Champion of the Parish for 3 mana, 1 on the ground and 1 in the air. Up next, we have 2 copies of Blade Stitched Scab. For 2 mana, 1 blue and a black, we have a 2/3 zombie soldier, and other zombies you control get +1/+0. Up next, we have 2 copies of Hobbling Zombie. For 3 mana, 2 and a black, we have a 2/2 zombie, and it's got Death Touch, which is amazing. But also, when Hobbling Zombie dies, which is fine, we can create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with flying. So the general churning of creating zombies, having them die through decay, and creating more zombies and going around and around and around is really important in this deck, because we want to be able to have lots of ETB triggers, and also triggers when our creatures exit the battlefield too, thanks to some of the cards later on in this deck tech. Up next we have 2 copies of white for 2 mana, 1 and a black. We have a 3/2 zombie soldier. White enters the battlefield tapped. It also has life drain. Whenever a creature dealt damage by white this turn dies, create a tap 2/2 black zombie creature token and exile this card. So this has the opportunity, especially if it's pumped up by our Blade Stitch Scab for example, we might have the chance of having this creature kill off a few of our opponent's creatures and therefore create more zombie creature tokens. And our final creature, we have 1 copy of Ebon Death Dracolich. For 4 mana, 2 black. We have a 5/2 zombie dragon. It's got flash, it's got flying, and it enters the battlefield tapped. You may cast the Dracolich from your graveyard if a creature not named Ebon Death Dracolich died this turn. So that goes for our opponent's side of the board as well as ours. And that's fine. If we keep playing this late game and keep chucking out a 5/2, a 5/2, a 5/2 every now and again, it's brilliant because it is a zombie. It's going to help support our champion of the parish, giving it more +1/+1 counters, and that is a good thing. So for our non-creature spells, we're going to be starting off with the most important card. I love this card. It's the card I actually pulled in my pre-release. This was my foil promo. Very pleased. It is the Meat Hook Massacre. We have 2 in total for this deck. It is X black. It's a legendary enchantment, and when the Meat Hook Massacre enters the battlefield, each creature gets -X until the end of turn. So we have possibly an absolutely fantastic board wipe, but we could also play it for 0 and just have this out as an enchantment, which whenever a creature you control dies, each opponent loses a life. All of our zombies with decay, when they die, our opponent will lose a life. This is a good thing. We're going to be gaining and draining, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, we gain a life. So this is a wonderful card indeed, and in theory we can win just by having our zombies flop forward, die, decay, and drain our opponent. An absolutely fantastic card, 2 copies of. We're also playing a full play set of Flip the Switch for 3 mana, 2 and a blue. We have an instant. This is obviously really important because it is going to trigger additional zombies with Poppet Stitcher. We have counter target spell unless its controller pays 4, and we also get a chance to create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. So if we happen to have 1 Poppet Stitcher and we play this, we are going to get 2 zombies. Obviously if we've got an additional Poppet Stitcher, we're going to get 3 zombies just from 1 Flip the Switch, and that will enable our Poppet Stitcher to automatically turn into the factory, making all those tokens 3/3s. Amazing. Other instants and sorceries that are going to trigger the Poppet Stitcher include 3 copies of Startle for 2 mana, 1 and a blue. We have target creature gets -2/-0 until the end of turn, and create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with decay. Another trigger, another zombie, and we also get the chance to draw a card, all for 2 mana. And in addition to that, we have 3 copies of Infernal Grasp for 2 mana, 1 and a black. We have another instant, destroy target creature, and you lose 2 life, which is also fine because we do have a card that wants to care about us losing life to then gain something back. And that card is the Book of Vile Darkness for 3 mana, black. We have a legendary artifact with, at the beginning of your end step, if you lost 2 or more life this turn, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token. It doesn't have decay. It's a good old fashioned 2/2 zombie. It can attack multiple times, it can block multiple times, and obviously it will die, and that's fine. But another way of gaining more and more ETB triggers for our other zombies. Most importantly, Champion of the Perished. Up next, we have 2 copies of Reaper's Talisman. For 1 black mana, we have an artifact equipment with, whenever a quick creature attacks, it gains Death Touch until the end of turn, and whenever a quick creature attacks alone, defending player loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. So this is an amazing card. It costs 2 to equip to a creature, and obviously if we stick this on our largest zombie, and we've got the chance to do this multiple times. We're going to be gaining and draining, which is brilliant, or we can just stick this onto one of our Decayed zombies, have it die, and at least also drain our opponent and gain some for ourselves. Amazing card, 2 copies of. We're also going to be playing 1 copy of Corpse Cobble for 2 mana, 1 blue and a black. We have an instant with, as an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice any number of creatures. We then create an XX blue and black zombie creature token with Menace, where X is the total power of the sacrificed creatures. So this has the opportunity to be absolutely ginormous. So only 1 copy, but when you use it, it can be an amazing, amazing thing. And you will have the biggest zombie in the land. And our final non-creature spell, we have got 1 copy of Ghoulish Procession for 2 mana, 1 and a black. We have an enchantment with, whenever 1 or more non-token creatures die, create a 2/2 black zombie creature token with Decayed. And this ability triggers only once each turn. It could be your turn, get a zombie. It could then be your opponent's turn, get another zombie. This is a great way of generating more zombies that can then die. And obviously with the Meat Hook Massacre, we can drain our opponent. Amazing card. And for our mana base, we have a total of 24 lands, starting off with a full playset of Clearwater Pathway or Murkwater Pathway, depending on what colour of mana we need. And in addition to that, we are going to be having 9 islands and also 11 swamps. So there we have it. That is the end of our standard legal deck tech, Decayed Dimir, with cards from the newest set, Innistrad Midnight Hunt. I hope you've enjoyed this deck tech, and if you have done, please, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, support the channel in any way you can. It will be greatly appreciated. And also, if you would like to drop something in the comments about what you would like for the next deck tech, is there a particular theme, is there a particular colour, just write it in the comments and I will pick one and I will shout you out and try and make a deck. That's all I can say. Other than that, there will be a booster box opening coming up very shortly, hopefully over the weekend, if all goes well and it turns up in the post. I'm going to be opening up a set booster box of Innistrad Midnight Hunt. Very excited to open that up indeed. And obviously, if you would like to ring the bell, you will be notified as soon as that video drops. And I hope you enjoy it if you have the time to watch it. So, other than that, I'd just like to say thank you very much for watching, and we will see you again soon here on Cardboard Badger.